I will be talking about why textbooks should be replaced by iPads. Now, no one wants to carry around a 10-pound textbook, especially if you are walking from your dorm room all the way to a class in a different section. There are many benefits of using an iPad rather than just carrying the textbook. And many schools have already started to incorporate using iPads instead of textbooks because the textbooks are accessible on the iPads. Schools also use them because it's very quick and efficient for the professors and the teachers to use. I know my brother has an iPad class where they're learning how to take notes and highlight and do other programs on the iPad instead of just using the textbook. iPads make a big impact in the schools and in the classroom. There's various apps and study materials on there that will help students more better because you can see, and you can also get on, if you need to get on the internet and research some more, you'll be able to do that instead of just going to like a computer lab and accessing the textbook or things like that. In the iPad, you can have notes on there and they'll already be stored in there rather than having a textbook where you have to highlight and keep up with things and keep up with notes and paper when you just have an iPad that keeps up with everything. And professors have found it easier to submit assignments on the iPad instead of using the textbook because you can access your if you have homework, you can access that at home instead of taking the textbook all the way to the house and using paper and having to turn it in. You can just turn it in online on your iPad. Now, the prices of iPads are expensive, but there has been many funds and grants that provide iPads for the schools rather than each student paying for the iPad themselves. In our anatomy class, we take our quizzes on iPads instead of paper. I know we've had a grant to get those iPads, and that's how we use it. We use it for everything, even for our lab dissections. You can do it on the iPads. We take notes on the iPads, and if we need pictures of the models, we use the iPads for that. Professors have also made it easier to look at grades, especially in college. You know, college students want to look at their grades faster. You can look at it on the iPad instead of waiting for your professor to give you a piece of paper. You can just access it on there. Maybe I'll hit the PowerPoint. Here's information about the iPad, and it says the Virginia Department of Education is phasing in the second wave of a pilot program that uses Apple's iPad tablet computers as the centerpiece of a social studies curriculum that blends online and face-to-face learning. The Chicago school system is expanding a pilot program that last fall awarded a classroom set of 32 of the devices to 23 schools in the 409,000 student district. And many administrators also use iPads for lesson plans and things like that. You can use them in conference, and you know, they're very quick and efficient. And if you can see the picture, this is a picture of the textbooks and stuff like in college that are accessible on the iPad. America's classrooms are undeniably going through a technological revolution and at risk of plunging deeper into an program rather than textbooks. They're saying that iPads are better than the textbooks. Benefits of students using tablets instead of textbooks are that they're lighter than print textbooks, can hold hundreds of books in one place, have the ability to expand memory to hold even more information, and are cheaper than textbooks. They are cheaper than textbooks because as a college student, you probably have to pay about $1,000 just to get a textbook when you can buy an iPad for about $300 and have all the textbooks on there. So I advise everyone to get an iPad instead of a textbook because it's just easier and more efficient.